Now here on the side of his face and under the ear, I'm going to fluff this up a bit. And I'm going to take a number 7 blade, but I'm not going to go down to the skin with a number 7 blade. I'm just going to like take off some top layers so it's not so thick. You can also scissor it. This is quicker. So I'm not touching down to the skin. I'm just shortening this up. And if you go too close, next time you can just go less until you learn how to do it just the way you want to. Let's see if we can get his chin with a number 7 or a number 3 blade, the 1/2 inch. Probably right here where this is. Let's see. The advantage of making it shorter under the neck and the chin, those are kind of more difficult places to get to, and it leaves less water on the floor after they get a drink. And I can get the other side when he's on the other side. Now I have a number 7 blade here because I'm going to trim this area, and again I'm not going to touch the skin. I don't want it that short. I'm just kind of taking off the top half of it. So I'm reducing the length by half. So it's a very light, almost like you're woodworking. You're just shaving it down a little bit. Maybe a little closer here under the ear so there's nice air movement. And then just bringing it down so it's just shorter, but it's not to the skin. You can do this with the scissors by holding it up. I'll show you later. But this way is kind of fast and easy. Now I want to get the number 3 blade on here and finish this side of his chin. So I'm going to hold this up so I can see what's under here. And okay. So there's still some fuzziness under his chin, but it's shorter. Now if you're grooming by yourself, laying them down like this and doing half the head at a time sort of works because they're not as apt to move their head around like when they're standing up. If they're standing up, you almost need someone to hold onto the head to try to get it to stay still. But doing half a head laying down, his head isn't moving anywhere. Now I want to trim the bottom of the face fur. So you have to make sure it's all combed out. And what I want to do is I want it to be shorter by the nose and then longer like this. So it's a nice curved line like this. And I'm going to make it a little bit shorter because he's grown out since the last time. So that's the look that I want there on that side. Okay, let's bring his ear down. And the short part on top of the head, I want that to go up out of the way. And this, you feel where the ear is, and then you let this part grow long. And I like to, well, first you have to make sure this is nicely combed out. And again, I like to do a real gentle curve on the ear, a little bit shorter on the sides, but not straight across, just kind of a gentle curve. And match it more to the length of the side of the face. And it's always a good idea, no matter how sure you are where the ear ends, and the ear ends way up here, always double check. You just don't want to cut off that bottom of that ear. This is probably a little bit easier standing up. Okay, let's look at the top of his head. Alright, now we've got, what we want is a nice mohawk down the middle. And this is the angle that we want to trim. Notice where the red is. It's a little bit higher on the top, and it's going to blend down to pretty close near the eyes and pretty close here at the back of the neck. So that's the angle that I'm looking for. And you always cut with the scissors, scissor over comb. So you've got the scissors and the comb. Get your little head here. So I'm going to pull it up like this, and I'm going to cut that arch in. Right down the center, and it's going to be closer here by the eyes. And then, Bubba, hold still. So I'm still going down that center mohawk area and trimming it, making it shorter. Right down this center area. And then down here, I want it to blend into the neck. So, we've got the center strip trimmed. Now I'm going to get the next layer next to the mohawk to match it. That first one kind of sets the distance for you. And don't worry if it's not perfect. You have lots of chances to get it better each time you do it. Again, I want this to just blend into the neck back there. So now we've got a little bit bigger of an area that we've done. Alright, a little bit more. Taking the next inch or so and doing the same thing with it. And blending it into the neck. The next layer. Right up to that top of the ear. And I'm gonna get that to kind of blend. Just kind of blending here behind the ear. Now, we didn't do the ear on this side of the face. Okay, and remember we're doing this closer up here by the nose and then more like this. So this is the line I'm looking for. Okay. This looks a little bit thick here on the side for me. I think I'm going to trim it down sideways a little bit. That's better. Oh, the ear. Let's trim this ear. Okay, let's go do, we've got this side shortened up here, but this side is still long. So let's go over to the other side and do that. Now, see, this side is shorter and this side still has to be trimmed down. Okay, so I'm just going maybe an inch at a time. Hold still. Hold still. Sheepdogs are sometimes moving targets. Get your face over here. Try to remember that curved line that I was showing you in red with the pipe cleaners. And we want to blend that part into the neck. Okay. Hold still. No, stay. Now let's look at it from the front. Now, looking at it from the front, again, we want a nice curved line like this, going all the way back like that. A nice curved line. And the way to do that is to pull the areas, to pull the areas up and check them. Now if you see just a little uneven, you can just go through and correct the areas. You're just moving. Just making sure it's even. And then go on the side and do the same thing. Okay. So we've got the top part done, the ears are done. Let's look at the eyes. I'm combing it forward so that I can see what's going on. Notice how long these scissors are. People are worried about working around the eyes, that they might poke them. But if you notice, first off, I've got his chin in my left hand, so if he moves, I know he's going to move. And he's moving. And notice the flat part of the scissors are what's near the eyes. And because I've got my left hand on his chin, I know if he's moving. So there's very little chance of poking them in the eye using this method. Okay, let's see. Pretty good. I'm going to use these clippers These are the little finish clippers. To just clean up a little bit around the eyes. Let's see, anything left to get there? Okay. Now, I'm going to take a person's butterfly clip and clip the ears up so I can check on the side of the face and make sure it's doing what I want it to do. And really, I want the side of the face to just blend into the top of the head. Remember, I took an awful lot of this off under here with the clip number 7 blade when I was just shaping it a little bit. Also, when you're cutting on top of the scissors, you know no part of the dog is going to get through those scissors. So you're pretty safe. You're not going to catch any little flaps of skin if you go on top of the scissors. Okay, so let's see. Okay, here's Bubba's face. He's still fuzzy. He can see where he's going. He still has a fluffy look. Bubba, you're such a good boy. So this is the fluffy look. Number 3 blade on the body. And the fluffier look on the head. Good boy. Good boy.